Everybody, this is Lee Beatty again, and I'm going to make this video a little bit shorter, but I'm just going to explain some things in depth here. Uh, Per my last video, I kind of went on, through the verification, what happens, so on and so forth. But again, when you click this link right here, you're gonna be taken to this, these surveys. Okay, let me show you what happens when you try and exit out of it. This is just more validity to why I think this is not, really good for you to keep pursuing. When you click out of it, that's called an exit redirect, folks. So what they're doing is they're redirecting you to more surveys. Okay, so this is why I continuously think that this is more and more. I'm believing this is a scam. Here is my next key indicator. When you go to click the privacy policy, you're supposed to be able to see this. You're not supposed to be able to guess. You're not supposed to be wondering, hey, if this is legitimate. You still have this preventing you. This is blocking you from actually seeing that privacy policy. That is not good. That is not in accordance with FTC rules. I can assure you of that. All right. So again, I'm just showing you that process. I've showed you the email on this. Here's where you go. I can't really explain why or how or where I need to put my code in at, or my verification code. I don't know. All right. So, and again, you see how I was doing it. I was letting everybody know I was making money, so on and so forth. Yeah, this is what I'm at now. So on, just so you can see. I just kind of got jacked up. I started telling people about it, and I wasn't really worried about all the other stuff. I just figured I'll tell people, and I'm then gonna go ahead and cash out. This is why I think this is a huge disclaimer, because I'm sure everybody who's done this has not checked for that verification code at all. When you started doing this, you start seeing that bump up a little bit. People start looking at it, and automatically you didn't even worry about that verification code. To me, I was like, oh, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to get it to a level. When I hit this level right here, 3215, I decided, you know what, let me go ahead and proceed forward with this, and let me go ahead and collect my money. Again, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see different, buttons and whatnot. But when you go to click there, you're being transferred to these surveys. You can't go download that. See that? You try and click it, you try and click it, you try and click it. It prevents you from doing that. Then when you try and exit it, look what happens. That's called an exit redirect right there. All right? And they're directing you to these surveys. Okay, let me explain why that's not good for you. If you did all this work and you want to get your money, then obviously you don't want to have to take more surveys. You don't want to invest any more time than you already have. You want to make that money. And for some of you, 3215, you're like, man, that's paying for Thanksgiving. That's paying for Christmas. That's paying my car note. I'm paying for my house note. All this other stuff. And and you really get fooled into thinking that this is working. Let me show you a couple sites that are legitimate. There's ClickBank, there's JVZoo, and there's ProductPay. These are a couple that I promote on, and I promote some of the products out of here, and these are for more marketing-based products. Now, look down here. I'm going to show you something. I want to draw your attention to see this? It's a privacy page. See that? I'm not going to go through and click and click and click and click, but they have legal pages and policy pages and things like that. See all that stuff? They have a contact us page, and I'm going to show you something really unique about that. See that? You got a fax that you can contact them on. There's some other form. They got an address that you can there's a headquarters and so on and so forth. When you go here, where is any of that? I think that light bulb probably just went off in your head. Where are you seeing anything that's comparable to say a ClickBank? Let me show you JVZoo. Just to show you, this is why I pulled these up. Privacy policy. See this? They go through the whole spiel. Earnings. When they talk about earnings, they tell you, they give you the whole spiel, any of the claims, the legal notices. Look at that. They got all these going to, all these other policies. They're there, folks. You contact us, and I just want to show you. Okay, so that's a bad example. All right, so I'm going to click out of ClickBank. I'm going to click out of, now ProductPay. ProductPay is another one. See, they have where they're located, terms of use. See that? They're basically, they put it together. They got a privacy policy. See that? They're pointing these things out, and they're directing you to them really. They're FAQs. They give you, and I'm just using these as random things. But folks, what I'm showing you here is I promoted just like you did. I did this. I was creating these custom images, these custom memes, telling everybody, getting jacked up about it. So I'm like, I'm not going to worry about it. Then I decided I was going to go ahead and collect that money. uh, You know, so I'm like, oh, I'm not going to worry about it because if you initially read it, it says right here. If you have not logged in your account for more than 30 days, all your earnings will be lost. So when I read that initially, I'm like, oh, I'm not, I'm good. I'm just going to go ahead and promote this, promote this, promote this, promote this. See, here's the issue. All right, folks, here's the big issue. If any of you guys did any of this, you probably didn't try contacting them. You probably didn't pay attention to the fact that they don't really have anything that's really outlining anything. Okay. Then if you go to your verification page, as I'm going to show you one more time, oops, excuse me. Where can you put your verification code in? See this right here? This is an AdSense banner. This is for Google AdWords. So these people have this monetized right there. So if you click on it or click on it by accident, uh, they're getting paid off of that. Okay, and then when you take the actions to go do this right here, they're getting paid off of this right here, folks. Okay, so right now that light bulb should have went off in your head. And if you were actually actively promoting, you're seeing, oh man, I'm going to use this money to do this. I'm going to use this money for that, and all the other. Listen, the reason why I'm telling you this is because when you start to see these numbers starting to go up, you don't pay attention to all this stuff right here. Most people didn't. I guarantee you, most people did not follow this process. They didn't go through the verification. They just started promoting. Then when you get to that point and you made enough money, because most people, they're like, oh, let me just hit this first $200. Then you get to $200, you're like, man, it's not that hard to get to $200. Then let me get to $500. That's easy. You know what? I made 500 pretty easy. Let me get to 1,000. Then when you get to 1,000, and you're like, all right, I've invested, a couple hours possibly, or maybe, you sent out one link and you made that in one click or whatever, or, one share or whatever. And then you go to this part, you're like, wait a minute here. Why do I have to fill out a survey? Here's the other interesting thing, as I pointed out before. You exit, that is an exit redirect, folks. This is what marketers do all the time. And they're directing you back to these surveys. So wouldn't you think those are kind of important? Those are kind of important. So with them saying to you that, hey, you have a job, you're going to do this, and, this is great, and all this other stuff, but they're directing you to even more work after you've already done that. All right, so that should be a couple light bulbs should have went off. But here again, see that privacy policy? You can't see that privacy policy. I showed you on those other sites you can look at the privacy policy. So again, I'm thinking this might be a scam. I'm sorry if any of you who have followed my link and you were actually going to all this and you were seeing these numbers jump up and all that. I'm sorry. I'm apologizing in advance. I haven't gotten any verification back. As you can see, sent it over 18 hours ago. 3 hours ago, I sent a follow-up email. I've got nothing. All right. So again, I want you to all be aware. In my opinion, this is a scam. And, to me, because I was just kind of set on the fact that, let me build it up. Let me go ahead and make some money. At that point, when I decided it was that time, I had already invested a couple days worth to just go ahead and bang that out. And when I say a couple days worth, it wasn't consistent. When I first started, I kicked out of, and if you read any of my posts, or here, I'll just look, any of those look familiar? See that? You think I was kind of vested in doing this, folks? Yes, I'm showing you that I was invested in actually doing this. See that? I was showing everybody as I was doing this, because at first I wasn't paying attention to it, and I don't know if that, so then, again, every one of you who are seeing this, please pay attention. Please be cautious of this. I believe it's a scam. I haven't gotten any follow-up, and I'm sorry if I've misled any of you. So I hope this video has served you. I showed you a couple other sources that you can go. You can start promoting products, and that you can go to and look at their terms and condition, their privacy policy, all that stuff. Folks, this is what I think these folks are banking on, the fact that as soon as you do a quick share just to test it, and then when you get money bumping up, that you're really gonna not worry about this process. Then after you've generated some income, quote, or supposed income, like I have, supposedly, then at that point, you're kind of like, man, this is easy. I'll go ahead and make some more money, then some more money, then some more money. And then you just don't worry about this process. You just don't. I didn't. I just kind of look, oh, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to worry about it. And I can show you IMs where I said that. I don't feel it's necessary, but just take my word for it. And I'm sure that they really banked on the psychology of the fact that anyone made quick money, instant money, so you just keep doing it and you kind of avoid this process. I highly encourage you guys, anyone who watches this video, if you are considering this, then watch this video in its entirety and really be cautious of it. If there's somebody who's considering it, send them this video, make them watch it, or watch the other one that I showed you. But this one, I just went through the process. I showed you, all the things. I kind of pointed out a few other things, and I kind of educated you in the process. But, to me, I just, like I said, if it's too good to be true, more than likely it is. So really proceed with caution. Don't get your hopes up high. If I happen to get an actual email that comes back and I do collect a paycheck, I will make another video. I will show you the transfer in place, but more than likely I'm not going to see it. I'm not optimistic it is going to happen. So again, folks, please be cautious. Please be aware that this has really all the potential to be a scam, and all it's doing is it's driving you to surveys on the back end. That whoever's the manager or whoever owns the site, they're making a ton of money off those surveys from people's instincts of just wanting to share, make money, and kind of really tailor into the holiday season. So again, this is Lee Beatty. And you can see right here, I'm that guy right there. And I guess I was scammed too, and I just wanted you all to know about it. And hopefully you pass this video on, or pass the last video on. And really, folks, sorry if I misled you or made you feel that, this was the next best thing since sliced bread. I'm truly sorry if you feel like I scammed you. I just didn't do all my research, and I literally just ran with it and started to make cash, started to make more cash, started to make more cash, started making more cash, more cash, more cash, more cash. And you kind of get in the picture here, right? I mean, folks, I invested a little bit of time and started making some money with it. I mean, and as you can, oh, there's my pretty niece. And realistically, this is when I got to the point and I said, you know what, that's enough money right there for a little bit of time. And I finally decided to go through this process. And I'm going to show you this process one last time. Where do you put your confirmation code in? Where do you put the verification link in? I don't know. When you go to cash out and give your information, why do you have to go through all these surveys? You know what? This doesn't seem right. What happens? You exit redirect. It's like, oh, those must be important. That's what they're trying to do. And you go here, look at there, they're redirecting you to those same surveys. So if this hasn't clued you in that this could be a scam, I would highly suggest you proceed with caution. And if you're going to do anything, follow up with this first before you start to promote and invest your time and your effort and have to go through this this process and then making these people money when more than likely in probably another month this or so or whatever this site's going to be down or banned or something like that. So can I say that with absolute certainty? No, but I obviously showed you that I have vested my time. I shared it. and I didn't do anything advanced. I did nothing advanced with it. All I did was do sharing on Facebook, Twitter, and literally that was it. So if you feel like I scammed you, I apologize. I didn't go through the whole process. I didn't worry about it, and then when I decided to worry about it, yeah, I've hit this kind of roadblock. So if you've generated some income and you're getting your hopes up high, watch this video. If somebody you know is doing it, watch this video. Send this video to them. Share this video with them, and maybe we can stop these people from scamming people even further. All right, you guys have a great day. Again, my name is Lee Beatty, and I guess I got scammed too, folks. So I just wanted to show you all. You guys have a great day. I hope this video serves you, and don't give these people any more of your money, your time, or effort. Have a great day.